Hey everybody, this is Todd here with games brought to you by Party with Todd, and today I got a great group of party games that I'm going to show off all at once. They actually fall into one category, and I like to call these toss games. And I may have touched on one or two of these in some other videos, but while I was trying to figure out this video, I decided to just lump all these together and kind of go through a whole bunch and give you guys and girls a whole bunch of different ideas on different ways to make different style toss games that were fun, that were different, that you can use everything if you're a mom and dad and you're looking for a little game to play with the kids at a party, or for my DJ and entertainment friends if you're going to be having a corporate event or an outdoor wedding at a tent or a barn or a backyard where the family or the couple would like to have a couple of games to add to the entertainment of all their guests. There is a wide variety of things on here. I got a lot of things to show you, so let's get right to it. Alright, so let's start out with what we're going to throw. That can be, you know, a whole bunch of different things. Things that you can buy, things you can find in the store, at a dollar store, online, on Amazon, or maybe you even have some change laying around. What I have here for different games, I have some rope loops. They have these little color tabs on them so you can decide what teams. I also have different color rolls of tape. We also have pennies. Now these are going to be really cool because you got these in a jar laying on your counter anywhere. We also have rubber bands, some smaller balls. You can also use tennis balls or something like that if you have those around. These are just simple rolls of tape right here. This is painter's tape that I had laying around in a bucket. This is some other masking tape. These are rings that I picked up off of Amazon. These were a great deal. These were only, I think, 10 bucks for all of these. All the different colors, 4 of each. We also have the carnival rings as well. These are the ones that you would go to the Midway and throw on the different games that we're going to show you. They also come in different colors, so if you're looking for different colors, you can get them like that. We also have ping pong balls, small bean bags, rubber bands. There's a lot of different things. So let's show you the different games. So the next thing is going to be, what are you going to throw those items onto to catch them? And you've got a lot of different options. These are 2-liter bottles. These are mason jars. You've got store-bought bottles right there. This is really cool. What we're going to show you to do with this. This is actually another game. It's actually a carnival game where you would cover the spot. That's something for a different time though. But I'm going to use that. I'm going to recycle that game and use it to catch my pennies. We also have your party cups or your solo cups. There's water bottles, and yes, I even have a couple of plungers that I picked up at the dollar store that we use for some of these games as well. Alright, you ready to play some games? Let's do it. So what I have right here is an old carnival game. That's where I got the inspiration from. I do this at a lot of my youth parties, kid parties, bar and bat mitzvahs, when we want to do a little carnival theme. I've got a few soda bottles, and it's a wooden crate. You can get these wooden crates just at any big box store, or you can pick them up online. I got this at a garage sale, cost me $5. It already came painted, so I thought I made a good score on that day. I got these soda bottles at Walmart. These are just simple soda or pop bottles, glass. The kids enjoyed the soda, and I'm having fun with the bottles. And I turned it into an old Midway game, an old carnival game. For this game right here, we use the old school, small, carnival style plastic rings. They also make them in wood. I have the plastic ones. Because the bottles are bunched up and they're really close together, you're going to want to use these small ones. Makes it very challenging. And you just let them keep throwing. I have everything set up on a 6-foot table, and they just keep playing until they win. Now, if you wanted to do points, you can do 1 point if they got on the bottles on the bottom, or 2 points for bottles on the top. So the next one that I have is actually a store-bought one. It's something that I picked up when Kmart was going out of business. And I got a whole bunch of them. I got like 8 or 10 of them. These, again, were like $5 a piece. But the problem with this is that, if you can see it right here, it says cold beer on it. Now, I do a lot of parties with kids, with youth, a lot of school parties, bar and bat mitzvahs and things like that where I don't want that. So all I did is I went ahead and I put my logo sticker on the top of it, and now I can go ahead and use it at just about any event I want. But the only thing that I didn't like about this is just that it is not very well made. It is kind of cheap. So for even less than what I bought these for, I went ahead and I made these. I just had some old wood laying around in the back. I cut it up, sanded it down, put a nice little coat of stain on it, and now I got something that you can play all the time. Let me show you what we do with those. With these here, we're going to go ahead and use the bigger rings on these because there's only one bottle right there. So you can use the different color rings that you have. Try to get it on there. Obviously, I'm not very good. There we go. You can also use the rope rings, and they work just as good, depending on what you want to use them for. Now, I've got water bottles in right there right now, but you can also use soda bottles. You can use cans. They'll fit cans, and they work just like that. I have them on a 6-foot table. You can set them on the ground, put them farther away. I like to play these with tables. Now, here's another good fun thing with these, and you can turn them into a beanbag toss. Oh, look at that. First one, second one. Just like that. Whole lot of fun. You can also do a ping pong ball. See if you can get the ping pong ball in. And then when you have cups in them, one bounce or two bounces, and you try to get the ball in there. So you have a few different options with these. Let's check out the next one. Another one that I made with the scrap wood I had laying around is I made the one with the 3 holes. Now this one can be set up with bottles in it like this, or what I like to do is go ahead and put some party cups in there. And I have 2 reds on the side, a blue in the middle, so you can do different point values, or it can be whoever can score. Let's check it out. So with the cups like this, it's another ball bounce game. There we go, we got one. There's another one. There's another one. There you go. So I got a couple in there. So that was pretty cool. And if you go ahead and turn it the other way, you can put some bottles in there, and you can go back to your smaller ring toss. Which is a little bit harder than the Coke bottles because there's less bottles. They're just in a different format. And then for the last one we have with this style, I went ahead and I made a large one as well with 6 larger holes. And this one is more for yard games, at backyard parties, outdoor, cocktail hours for barn weddings and tent weddings, things like that. Something where your client or your guest would like to have something outside that they can play as well because it's an outdoor event and they want a few different things for their guests to do. This one, I had a hole saw. I used a hole saw for this to put through the wood. If you had just a simple jigsaw, you could probably cut that out as well. Just drill a little hole, boom. I sanded it down, made it look a little bit nicer with some stain. And this is the finished product. Most of these are made to also fit on a 6-foot table because a 6-foot table works out really good to have your contestant stand at the end of the table while they're tossing to the bottles on the other end here. I'm going to show you a couple of fun things with this. If you only have some bottles, you don't necessarily need those store-bought rings. We're going to show you how cool it is to use just some simple rolls of tape. All right, we're starting out with the basic rings. It's a ring toss. You can toss them on the soda. Oh, nice shot. I got a wine bottle there in the back. And there you go. There you have it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be on a table. It's probably a little bit more difficult if it were on the ground and you're standing a little farther away with a partner. Now, let's say you didn't have those rope rings available or those plastic rings available. You need to put something together really quick. You can go ahead and just use those rolls of tape. You can get them at the dollar store, you can get them online, get them anywhere. They're a little bit heavier, so when they hit something, they may knock it over, so you want to make sure you have it either secured in one of the holders or that it's filled. So here it is with a couple of rolls of tape. There you go, just like that. You can improvise. You want to put something together real quick, backyard party, birthday party, something like that for the kids, you can go ahead. Here's something else I wanted to show you real quick is, this is an old wine bottle. We recorked it, we put some colored water in there, and say you're having a Halloween party, you can have your toss games fit the theme. Here's something else that'll work for you as well, a little bit of improvisation. Have a water bottle, and I have an old tissue box right here. No more tissues, we're all done with it. All I did, turned it over, put a couple holes in it so that it fits the water bottles, and you have an improvised stand, and then you can go ahead and launch your rings at that. Really good if you're having a young kids party and you're just looking for an inexpensive game to make. That works out real good. So then you got your plunger. You can pick it up at the buck store, and it makes for a good little game. You use this, you have your rings, and you have a fun, simple, impromptu, very inexpensive ring toss game right there. A lot of different ways you can play it. You can use one plunger and toss at that, or you can go ahead and have a couple plungers and award different points for the different plungers. Simple, easy, fun. You got 1 point there. We're going to go back for the 2-pointer. Oh, we got the 2-pointer. Let's see if we can get the 3-pointer. We got the 3-pointer, so that works out pretty good. Inspired by an old carnival game. Now, this is actually not the right carnival game, but I have some carnival games, actual carnival games. This is Cover the Spot, but I'm going to use this on double duty and have it work for me as a toss game. And this is where we're going to toss pennies, and you toss the pennies and you try to get them onto the red spot so they stay on the red spot. Now, you can use any piece of wood and just go ahead and make your own spot, or you can make smaller spots, but the one rule to this is the penny has to be totally on the spot. If it's a little bit off the spot, then it doesn't work. Now, one other thing you can do is you can go ahead back to your games that you make with the wood or that you buy, and you can put them flat down, and they have to slide the penny into the hole. So they have to toss the penny, it has to get into the hole. So let's try it a couple of different ways and see how it works. So here we are, we cover the spot, we're going to toss it. Try and bounce it on there, it's bounced right over. Let me see, maybe we can do a backspin. Ah, close. There we go. It only took, 8 tries, but we got one. So that's another option. You have a whole lot of options to play the games any kind of way you want. There we go. 1's in. 2's in. 3's in. I guess once you get the hang of it. But that's all right. We got a couple. So we switched it up and we put some mason jars, some canning jars. We had a few of those lying around. We got the rings. These are a little bit wider, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get those rings on top of the jar. Oh, close. There we go. We got one on there. So that works just as fun. So here's one that I really haven't had a lot of luck with. It's a lot harder than it looks. You're using rubber bands to toss over the bottles. I have a couple of water bottles down there, soda bottles, pop bottle, and you just take the rubber band and you toss. Oh, I got one. Nice. Always love it when a plan works out. So just using the rubber bands to try and toss over the bottles is another option as well. I hope I gave you a bunch of ideas, and if you have some really good ones that kind of inspired you from this, let me know. Send me a message, send me an email. That'd be awesome. I'd love to hear it. You can use just about anything. You're only limited to your imagination. I was using soda bottles, 2-liter bottles, tissue boxes that we went ahead and just cut some holes in. We had water bottles and mason jars. We were using pennies and rubber bands, ping pong balls, rolls of tape, just regular old carnival style rings and rope rings and you know what? Again, you can pretty much find a game in just about anything. So I hope you enjoyed this clip. If you did, please go ahead, like, subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Also, don't forget to check out my group on Facebook. That one is Games Brought to You by Party with Todd. I'm going to put a bunch of information in the description, down in the comments, so you can just start to make your own toss games and have a lot of fun with it. This was great. I hope you enjoyed it, but just remember, it's really, really important. One thing, keep calm and game on.